Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about why I think Logan Thomas can be the tight end of the future for the Washington football team. And no, I'm not saying I think he's going to be a top 5, top 3 tight end in the NFL, but I think he can be a solid starter for us for the next couple of seasons at least. And also in this video, I'm going to be giving you guys a very important injury update on Antonio Gandy-Golden, so make sure you guys stay tuned till the end. If you guys are new, subscribe for Washington and NFL content. So let's get right into the video, and remember to check out House of Hoodies. Use code Pedro for 15% off. And like I said in the intro, I'm not saying Logan Thomas is ever going to be an elite tight end, but I think we found our starting tight end at least for the next couple of seasons, and I'll let you guys know why. And at the end of the video, I will be giving you guys, like I said, a very important injury update on AGG. So first, let's look at Logan Thomas's stats and compare it to some other guys that we were talking about in the offseason. So Logan Thomas this year in 12 games, he's had 43 catches for 426 yards and 5 touchdowns. All are career highs. You have to think about this. Sure, he came in the league in 2014, but he really only started playing tight end in Buffalo, and this is his first year in the NFL as a true number 1 tight end. This is his first year where the offense is using him as their best tight end. And sure, on other teams, he wouldn't have gotten that opportunity, but here he did because we had no one else. He played pretty well, like I said, over 400 yards. He's on pace for about 600 yards, and he already has 5 touchdowns on the season, which is leading the team. And you have seen he has continued to get better and better as the season goes on, and that is what you want to see. And I think as these next couple of seasons go on, even after this offseason, I think he's going to continue to get better and better. The one thing I think we need to do, though, is find a quality backup for Logan Thomas, because if he goes down, I do not want to see Jeremy Sprinkle. Draft someone in round, at highest 3 to 5, and you can get a solid backup who knows, maybe Logan Thomas can groom him into a really good, solid tight end. But I think Logan Thomas, at least for now, he's already under contract for next year, but I think we should keep him for even longer, because I think he's going to get better and better, and he could be a guy that gets, 600, 700 yards a season and be that fringe top 10 tight end. And let's look at Austin Hooper, who became the highest paid tight end in NFL history this season, or this offseason, and he has 30 catches, 286 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And sure, he's a pretty good blocker, but you don't necessarily pay a guy to be the highest paid tight end in NFL history to be a good blocker. And I really wanted Austin Hooper, and I was wrong on Austin Hooper. I thought he was going to be pretty good, at least solid, and I didn't think Logan Thomas was going to be nearly as good as he was, or he is this season, and he's even going to get better as the season goes on. And we got him for a very, very cheap contract. I do think it was 2 years, $6 million, about that, and that is very good for a guy that, like I said, is on pace to get about 600 yards and 7 touchdowns, and that's a pretty solid season for a tight end, especially a guy that's never played as a tight end 1 in his NFL career. And he's been a good red zone threat for us, and he's been better as a blocker than we thought, and he's gotten better and better as the season went on. And another thing that I like about him is that he, allows you to be creative in your play calling. He provides some versatility. He's able to line up under center, and we don't really want to do these quarterback sneaks right up the middle with Alex Smith because of his leg. We don't know how that's going to react. They haven't done a single one with him this season, but Logan Thomas has had 2 carries or 2 quarterback sneaks for 5 yards, and he's gotten us 2 first downs on that, and he also is able to pass the ball. He has 1 completion for 28 yards, and obviously that really isn't crazy, but it is a little bit of a boost. It adds to not only his total yardage on the season, but it also helps the offense be more creative and allows, it creates makes the defense, have to worry about something else, which is something that I really like as well. So I'm liking what I'm seeing from Logan Thomas. And here's another thing about tight ends. There's very, very few tight ends in the NFL right now that you consider elite tight ends. Maybe three. You can say Travis Kelce, George Kittle, and Darren Waller. That is it right there. Those are really the only elite tight ends. Maybe Zach Ertz when he's fully healthy before this season, but that's really it. So it's going to be really rare for you to find a tight end you really like, unless it's someone like Kyle Pitts, and I think you could still draft Kyle Pitts if you're Washington. I don't think you're going to be in the position to draft him, but use him more as a receiver. But again, I don't think we're going to be in the position to draft him, but I really like Logan Thomas as, again, not a star tight end, but an above average tight end, starting tight end moving forward. Not necessarily right now. The last few games he has played like a good tight end, but let's see what he continues to do. And yeah, I think he's going to be a good tight end for us. And that hopefully now that fills a little bit of a hole this offseason. We got a tight end last offseason, and now we can focus on other positions, including, a second or third wide receiver. And like I said, let's get a backup tight end. You can either do it in free agency. There's some guys you can get someone in the draft that Logan Thomas can, help develop a little bit, and maybe he can end up being a good tight end. We also got Thaddeus Moss, who didn't play this year because he's on IR for the year, but maybe he'll be better next year, because we need to have someone that if Logan Thomas goes down, they can produce at least an okay level. I don't want to see Jeremy Sprinkle out there. So now, real quick, on to the injury update of AGG, Antonio Gandy Golden. So it is good news. AGG it is hopeful that he can start practicing on Thursday, so that will be tomorrow. That is good news. He's been on IR with the hamstring injury, so that will activate a 21-day window. I would doubt that he would be able to play this weekend, but maybe next season. That would be the hope. Again, if you didn't watch my video early, Bryce Love is out for the year. He's on IR for the rest of the season. Things aren't looking too great for him. And then also, Antonio Gibson is dealing with turf toe, not expected to play this weekend. That's good news that there's still a chance that he plays. Not necessarily that I think he's going to play, but just because there's a chance, it shows that it might not be as bad as we thought. It looks like it is turf toe, but it might not be as bad as we thought. So maybe he can come back against the Seahawks or against the Panthers, because we are going to need him. But we'll see what AGG can do. I don't really necessarily care about the stats with him, but if he can start building some solid games and just develop a little bit more, because he only got a few games, and that was with Dwayne. I want to see him with Alex Smith, because, under Alex Smith and Kyle Allen, a lot of these receivers, Cam Sims, Isaiah Wright, those guys looked a lot better under him. So let's see what they can do with Alex Smith. And I think, develop AGG a little bit more, because we have to see what guys out of our wide receiving core besides Terry can step up and be that wide receiver too, because right now we really don't know. Maybe Cam Sims can do it, maybe Kelvin Harmon can do it, maybe Antonio Gandy Golden can do it, and who knows about Steven Sims and Isaiah Wright, but we need to see if one of them can do it this season. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please smash that like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and turn on those post notifications so you never miss a video, and let me know where you stand on Logan Thomas. And I was definitely wrong about him. I didn't think he was going to have a huge year. I predicted about 400 yards and a few touchdowns. Peace.